guys, and welcome to my second tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create your very own table view. So we're not going to be using Apple's methods, but we're just going to make our own table view using scroll view and dynamic labels. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to get started. We're going to create a single view application, and product name is going to be my table view. You can name this whatever you like. I'm going to save it on the desktop, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go into our view controller. I'm not really going to use the storyboard for this one. But first thing we're going to do is come up here and say let width equals UI screen dot main dot bounds dot width, so we know the width of our screen and we can use it in our variables. And I'm going to add a text field and a button on top of this kind of scroll view so I can see what I'm doing, and I can add things to my table view through the app. So I'm going to say this, I'm going to say let input equals UI text field. I'm actually going to call this input text field. And I didn't mean to do this. This is going to be a stored property of this sorts. And I'm going to say let tf equals UI text field tf dot frame equals CG rect. And let's see here. I'm going to have it 16 from here, 25 from the top, because I just want a little bit off of my status bar. My width, so I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to say my width. So my width is going to be my width, but I'm offset of 16, so minus 16. So now I'm right at the edge of my screen, from my 16 to the edge of my screen, if I'm envisioning this. And then maybe I want it off, so let's see, I'll probably make my button width divided by 10. So width divided by 10. So now it'll be right to the edge of my button, but I probably want some space in between that and my button, so I'm going to make this 24. And then I'll add 8, and then my button, and then I should be 16 off of the width. So hopefully my math is right there. This is going to be width divided by 10. TF dot, let's see here, dot layer dot border color equals UI color, because this has to be a CG color. There's going to be dot blue dot CG color. TF dot layer dot border layer, oops, no, dot border width, sorry, equals, I don't know, 2. TF dot placeholder, oops, equals enter text, and then we're just going to return this TF. And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to call this I'm going to create a function called setup views. And then here I'm just going to say view.add subview input text field. And then before I forget, we're going to call it in here. And let's run it real quick and see what we get. So I'm expecting to see this kind of like text field at the top up here. A nice pretty one. Okay. Yeah, so I noticed that we're going to be kind of cramped with our button. I feel like our button is going to hit the edge as well. But let's go ahead and create our button. I'm going to say go ahead, let add btn of type UI button equals, and here I'm going to say let btn of type UI btn equals UI button btn dot frame equals CG rect. Let's see here. I'm actually going to make this a lazy var so I can access this property as well. This X is going to be tricks, let's see, this y is going to be just input text field dot frame dot origin dot y. This is going to be width divided by 10 and width divided by 10. And here, this is going to be our input text field dot frame dot origin dot x plus input text field dot frame dot origin dot width. Nope, not origin, just width. Plus 8 we said, right? And then let's run this. We're just going to btn dot background color equals dot blue. I guess that's all I really need right now. I just kind of want to see how it looks like. And then I'll just do view dot add subview add button. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of just like smack dab against the side here. So here, 24 plus 16 is, what is that, 40? So that should be about what I want. Bang, that looks nice. Okay, so here I'm actually just going to do tf.layer.corner radius equals, I don't know, 5. And then just copy this, paste it here, do this button dot set title equals add for that normal btn dot set title color. There's going to be dot white for dot normal, and then btn dot add target. Hold on, we're not going to add the target just yet. btn dot corner radius. So I already set that, and then I also want to set btn dot layer dot masks to bounds equals true. Oops. Okay, cool. Now, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and add our scroll view. This is going to be another lazy var scroll view of type UIScrollView equals, go here, say let sv equals UIScrollView sv dot frame equals cgrect. Let's see here, there's going to be 0. There's going to be inputs text field dot frame dot origin dot y plus input text field dot frame dot frame dot height plus width divided by 40. And then our width is going to be our width, and then our height is going to be, I'm going to copy this, put this here, height, and then here we're going to say height minus our y. So we get to the very bottom. We're hitting this very bottom, and these are all just proportions. I mean, I don't think they're too complex. If you want to know more about them, I'll be glad to give them their own little video. Just let me know in the comments below. But for right now, these are just proportions. Basically, so my width for an iPhone 5 is, or SE is 320 pixels. So if I divide it by 10, that's 32 points. It's actually points, sorry. So this is just going to be 32 by 32 for an SE, and then for example, like iPhone 6 is 375, so there's going to be 37.5 and 37.5, so on and so forth. But let's keep going, and then so sv dot dot vertical shows vertical scroll indicator equals false, and then I'll say return SV. Alright, so now, and then I'm actually going to say SV dot background color equals dot red. Now I need to add this. Say view dot add subview scroll view. Cool. So now we should have our scroll view and our whole UI set up. Cool. And I'm going to take off this red color. So now we want to kind of put some text in here. Hit this add button, and then populate this scroll view in a table view format. So I'm going to go ahead and add a gesture to this button. Button.add target. Sorry, this target is going to be self, or actually going to be hashtag selector, and this is going to be generate label for dot touch up inside. Okay, and then over here we're going to come up and say function generate label. I'm just going to copy and paste it. And here, let's see what we're going to want to do. Well, we're going to want to generate a label. This needs to be at Objective-C. So we want to, let's create a new label. So we're going to say let LBL label equals UI label. And then let's just say LBL.text equals, I don't know, test. And then we can say LBL.frame equals CGRect. We're just going to say zeros. This is going to be dynamic, so this has to keep changing. This is going to be a little trickier. So the way I'm thinking about doing it is we can set this content size to 0, the scroll view content size. So we'll say scroll view dot content size equals CG size of width, and then this is going to be 0, right? So we can set it initially to this content size. So we'll say scroll view dot content size dot height, and give it a width of just the width. Just to make it look a little nicer, I'm actually going to say LBL dot text alignment equals dot center, and then I'm going to just give it a height of 50 for right now. And I'm going to say I want to add this, and then I want to make my height a little bit bigger so I can add some more labels. So I'm just going to say scroll view dot content size equals scroll view dot content size dot height, and this needs to be dot height as well, equals, no, nope, not equals, plus LBL dot frame dot height. And then I can add this onto my scroll view. So let's see if that works. So I'm going to add here. Cool. So you see we're getting the scroll view. So now we just need to assign our text. So this is just going to be input text field dot text. And I'm just going, I'm going to unwrap this just for giggles. So that's input equals input. Never mind. Input it's going to be input Okay. That's why it wasn't working. Oh well. All right. So let's see what we get now. F. So you'll see that we're adding, but we're not kind of like springing to the bottom like I kind of wanted to. So a nice little thing that we can do for that is we can say here, we can check to see if our content size is greater than our frame size, so that we're not just bouncing to the bottom every single time. So we can say if scroll view dot content size dot height is greater than or equal to scroll view dot dot frame dot height, then we can just say let bottom offset equals CG point there's going to be this x and y. X is going to be 0, and then y is going to be scroll view dot content size dot height minus scroll view dot bounds dot size dot height. Sorry. Okay. And then we can just set our scroll view dot set content offset, and we can, this is going to be our bottom offset, and animated is going to be true. So now if we run this, we're going to get a little bit different of an effect, and I'll actually take out the if statement and show you what it does without that. So you see how it kind of scrolls down for us, which is like nice. I really like it. I think it looks good. I added a lot. Okay, cool. So now that we're generating into our custom table view, we need to implement the did select row at function. So I'm just going to go over this very briefly. There's many ways you can do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say here we can do LBL dot add gesture recognizer. There's going to be UI tap gesture recognizer. Target is going to be self. Action is going to be so hashtag selector, and this is going to be did select label. So we're going to say at objective C func. You could be the funkiest one in town. And this is going to have a parameter of type gesture. And it's going to be UI tab gesture recognizer, or open close parentheses, and we're going to say guard let view equals gesture dot view as question mark UI label, else return, and then we're just going to say print view dot text. So now when we add our text, ballers, you notice here that we're clicking on it, but it's not doing anything. And the reason is that label is user interaction enabled is false as a default. So we just want to change that to true, and now it should work. If my name isn't Andrew, bang. So now we're printing off this label, and this is just a simple way of doing it. But bang. So you'll notice that, yeah, we have a fully functional table view in some sort of sense. I mean, custom built, it's kind of cool to go through these algorithms on your own. So that is my approach at creating a custom table view, like your very own table view. There's multiple ways to do it, and you can even substitute, instead of a UI label, you can create your own input view and actually replicate your cells, which is really cool in my opinion. But if you like the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you might want to see next in the comments below. See you guys later.